today is day number 9 of our beginner strength training series. We're going to be concentrating on that back and those biceps. We're going to alternate back and forth between the two different muscle groups. There's going to be 8 moves. You're going to do each of the exercises for 2 rounds before you move on to the next one. Timer's going to be set for 45 seconds of work with 20 seconds of rest. Equipment-wise, all you need is a mat, a chair or a bench, and a variety of dumbbells. You want to be lifting heavy enough that for that second round, it's very hard to do where you almost have to stop. That's where you're going to build that muscle and prove that bone density, and that's what we're after. Be sure that you're warming up your body for at least 5 minutes before you begin this workout, but if you're ready to go, let's start lifting. Okay, today we're going to be starting with a laying pullover for your back. You're going to have 1 dumbbell. You're going to lay down, have the weight above your head. You're reaching it all the way over to it just touches the floor, and then back up. Now for your arms on this one, you want them to be fairly straight with a very slight bend in your elbow. This is also great like as a stretch to keep that mobility. Get 20 seconds rest. We're going to do that same exercise for a second round. Be sure that your weight is heavy enough that it is getting hard. You should be feeling it in your muscle group here in your back. That's the muscle you want to be using to pull that back up. Very good. We're going to now move on to a move for our biceps. We're going to do alternating hammer curls. So hammer curls, you're just going to have your weights at your side. You're just pulling up and then back down. Make sure that you're keeping those elbows nice and still. You don't want to be swinging those back. All right, so we're just going to be alternating arms though. Instead of doing them at the same time, just alternate, just slightly different. We're really going to be working those biceps today. Right, 20-second rest. We're going to do that in second round. So today's number 9 already. How are you guys feeling? I hope you're feeling a little bit more comfortable with some strength training. We just have the last day, day number 10 tomorrow, which is going to be a full body. Ready for your second round. Alternating hammer curls. Again, standing from the side when you're doing this. Make sure that you're not just swinging those arms back, then you're releasing that tension on those biceps. You want to keep those elbows nice and steady. biceps Should be feeling a little warmed up now. All right, next one that we're going to do is a landmine row. It's for your back. Generally, you can do just a little bit heavier on that one because you're only using one weight. So you're gonna bend over in kind of that lifting position where you're hinging at the hips, not bending from your upper body. Weights below you, you're pulling it up and down. Almost as where like the lower part of the weight is about getting to your belly button. You also want to keep those elbows pretty close to your body. You don't want them flailing out here. So nice and close to your body. Lift up. Now something you also want to think about on this particular exercise, it's for your back. So you want to be using your back muscles, lifting that weight. Try not to be pulling just with your biceps, which is a common mistake a lot of people make. They try to lift it with their biceps. But we're working on that back on this one. Great job. Okay, we're gonna do round number 2 of that landmine row. Again, make sure when you are getting ready in position, you're hinging from those hips. That back is in a straight line. You're not rounding it over, so keep those shoulders back. Here we go. Good. Pull that weight up. Now we're going to go back to your biceps. We're going to do a top half bicep curl. So you're going to have 2 weights. You're going to hold them right at this 90-degree angle, and you're only doing that top half of the bicep curl. You may have to go down on weight on here in comparison to your hammer curls. Holding right here, up and down. Good. Now when you are doing these bicep curls, you also want to think about keeping that core nice and tight as you're raising up and lowering. Some people will really be arching that back to lift. That means you're lifting too heavy for where you're at right now. So go down and wait until you can keep that core nice and tight. And then we're just going to gradually keep working your way up. All right, 20-second rest. All right, you ready for round 2 of these? Halfway, we're gonna do that top half. Keep that core nice and tight as you're lowering down just halfway and back up. Should really, really feel those biceps as you're having to stop it right at this halfway point. All right, this is where you're going to use either your chair or your bench. I'm going to go down and wait. Most people are going to have to go lower for this rear delt fly. So you're going to set kind of at the end of your bench, your chair. The weights are going to be facing this way versus this way for a back fly. You're going to touch them underneath your legs and you're raising out to the side. Now, if this is a muscle group that you do not work very often, you're very much going to want to go down to even just like a 2 or a 3. so that you should almost feel like those shoulder blades almost kind of pinching together as you are pulling out. You want to leave that slight bend to your arms. Right, 20-second rest. Now also on this one, the more you're bent over, the more you can really concentrate on those rear delts. The more you're standing up, you're not going to hit that muscle group as much as you can. So try to bend over as much as you can that's still comfortable. All right, here we go for a second round. Feeling. Again, if you're new to strength training, this is probably a new muscle group to work for you. So be patient with yourself as you're moving up in weight. Great job. We're going to go back to those biceps. This time we are going to be doing the lower half. So now you're going to start all the way at the bottom and you're only going to that halfway point and then back down. Start with those weights right at those sides. You're lifting halfway and back down. This one is generally a little easier than doing the top half. So if you can, bump up on those weights. Good. How are those biceps feeling? Keeping that core nice and tight on this one. Great. Grab a drink if you need to for your 20-second rest. Gonna get ready for round number 2. All right. Arms down, halfway up, and then back down. Good. These are not intended to be super fast. You're not really whipping these up here. You really want to concentrate on that muscle group. Nice and slow movements. That time under tension is what's going to help those muscles strengthen. Great. All right, now we are going to be doing an upright row. This is for your back. So you're going to have your weights right in front of you here. You're just going to be lifting up and then back down. All right, you're on. Let's go. Guys are doing great. Keep at it. Now I know this is only 20-minute workouts, again because it's a beginner series. We want to be working up so you can start lifting weights for at least 30, possibly even 40 minutes at a time. But gradual steps to get there. 20-second rest. We're going to do that one more round. So a common mistake of people, they start on their workout journey, and they basically are doing exercises that are way too hard for them, and they quit before they really even begin because it's too hard. You want to start at a level that's at your fitness level, and then just keep working your way up. Good. Now when you are doing this upright row, try not to be bringing those shoulders up with you. Those shoulders are staying down as you're rowing up and down. We're gonna have some really strong back and biceps. We'll look good in those tank tops this summer. Good. Okay, so our last move is a full range bicep. So we did that top half, we did the bottom half. Now you're just gonna be taking that a full range up and all the way down. All right, let's go. Good. All the way down, all the way up, keeping that core nice and braced. Great. All right, you just have one more round of those full biceps and your back and bicep day is done. Those should really be feeling activated after doing the 3 different kinds of the top half and then full range. If not, that means you need to be going up in weight. Now obviously, this isn't real hard for me because I'm showing a lower weight for this beginner level video, but if I was doing this for myself and lifting a heavier weight, by the second round, I should be sitting here literally being barely able to be lifting these up, okay? So that's what I want you to be working towards. You're almost there, keep going. We have a 2-minute cardio finisher after this. We're gonna start into some snatches. So you're gonna grab just one weight for this. You're gonna be taking it down to the floor, lifting it up, back down to the floor, switching and lifting. Now, if any of you have problems with that mobility there, only go to here, switch it kind of in the air, and then back up. All right, here we go, 1 minute. If you can, I want you to bring it all the way to the floor. This is just intended to try to get that heart rate up a little bit here. Good. Which, if you were lifting heavy enough during the workout, your heart rate should have been raised already. As long as you're lifting heavy enough, strength training does the job in that form as well. Good, we're almost to our minute here. Our next move is going to be a dumbbell swing. Okay, take your dumbbell, kind of through your legs, swinging up and down. Now something on this move, I don't want you to duck your head under, that your neck, your gaze is facing straight forward. Kind of push those hips forward as well as you're coming up. I don't want you to actually be locking your knees, but you're kind of pushing those hips forward. And also, I want to take that dumbbell parallel with your shoulders. I don't want you lifting it all the way up here. So stop it at your shoulders. That's kind of part of the work. All right. Let's do a nice cool down here. Take your arm, pull it across. Other side. Then take your elbow up, pull that. You should feel that nice stretch through your back there. Other side, which should be needed if you lifted heavy enough for your back today. Do some nice neck rolls. Go into kind of that plie position, elbow to knee, reach over. Other side. Good, now let's go down into a child's pose. You can have a nice stretch through that back area. So reach those fingertips as far up as you can. Good. Go up into a downward dog. Try to get those heels on the floor as you do this. And alternate back and forth. Slowly roll up. Do a couple where you're reaching up, inhale, and exhale down. 2 more times. Last time, inhale, up on those toes, and exhale down. Great job on day number 9. I look forward to being back with you here tomorrow for day number 10, which is going to be a full body and superset.